By Blaze Insurance, where choice and service matter for over 100 years. Visit online at blazeinsurance.com or call 725-0070 for a free quote today.
Sunny skies today with a high of 83 degrees and a slight breeze from the north. Tonight, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 63. Wind swings around to the south. Sunday's weather, a 60% chance of some showers and possibly even a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies with a high of 77. Sunday night, continued chance of showers and thunderstorms, but tapering off. Monday, mostly sunny and hot with a high of 91 and calm wind. Tuesday, sunny and hot with a high of 94 and a west wind. Wednesday, sunny and hot with a high of 90. Thursday, partly sunny with a high of 80 and a 40% chance of a shower. And on Friday, mostly sunny skies with a high near 77 degrees. Currently outside our Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio here on Park Avenue in Woonsocket, the temperature is 71 degrees.
WOON Radio.
Good morning and welcome to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan and joined as always by my good friend and co-host Pat Holland. Good morning, Pat. How's it going?
Excellent.
Excellent. Always good to hear that. Pat, quick question, non-sports related. What's worse, the drivers that don't use their blinkers or the ones that don't turn them off when they do?
Ooh.
Because it was a 3-to-1 ratio today on my way in.
They're both equally...
Equal?
Yeah, I think equally terrible.
I think I'm going with the one that doesn't turn it off. That really drives me nuts. But only maybe because they won today, 3-to-1 on people not using that directional versus 3 different cars. Like, would you just turn it off? It's only a 25-minute ride in for me, and
It's supposed to shut off on its own.
I want to come up with that invention where if it hasn't been invented already, come on, cars, turn it off. All right. Anyway, I'm not here to discuss blinkers or anything. We've got an interesting show today. We're going to be joined approximately 9:30 by our favorite party animal from the Savannah Bananas organization, Nate Tellier. So looking forward to that. Nate will be calling in. Not sure where he is right now. I guess he can tell us that. So, but as always, let's go around Rhode Island and New England and let's get you caught up. The 3-time defending state champion Upper Deck Post-14 baseball team kicked off the Rhode Island American Legion playoffs Thursday night at 5:30 with a doubleheader sweep against Riverside Post 10 at Chet Nichols Field by scores of 11-1 and 9-2. Upper Deck finished as the second seed in the playoffs and will return to next week's Final Four double elimination tournament at West Warwick's McCarthy Field. My opinion is just a formality until Upper Deck will ultimately face South Kingstown for the Rhode Island Championship. South Kingstown finished undefeated, including sweeping Upper Deck last week, 11-5 and 5-2. So a little bit of a different road for Upper Deck this year, but that should be some good American Legion baseball coming up next weekend.
Yeah, over in Little League, Burrowville Little Leaguers tried to win their first state championship since 1972 and had the chance to do that last night, but did not close the deal, losing a heartbreaker versus Coventry 1-0. Same two teams face each other tonight at Peck Park in Burrowville beginning at 6, with the winner advancing to Bristol, Connecticut, and a chance to be on ESPN.
Which did not exist in 1972.
Sunday will be there.
Yes, someday. All right. Woonsocket High senior to be Shamrock Thune. We brought his name up a few times in the past. Became a 6-time national champion, 10-time All-American thrower on Monday afternoon at the USATF National Junior Olympic Championships at Georgia's Savannah State University. He captured the boys 17-18 divisions title in the 12-pound hammer. Competing for the Woonsocket-based Ocean State Hammerheads, Thune aired out a throw of 213 feet, 1 inch that topped his teammate, East Greenwich High senior to be Ryan Evans by 13 inches. Thune, who entered Monday's action, ranked 7th in the nation in the events, delivered 3 more throws that sailed over 204 feet, including one that was 210 feet and 9 inches. In the girls aged 15 to 16, 4-kilogram hammer that was held later that afternoon. 2 throwers from Northern Rhode Island swept 4th and 5th place. Woonsocket junior Avery Karen and Lincoln Avery Aldridge, both in the 140s. And Woonsocket junior Ray Williams took part in the boys aged 15 to 16 division 12-pound hammer and earned his first All-American honor by taking 3rd place with a throw of 181.7.
That's impressive.
These guys are incredible. The Woonsocket throwers So, quick question. There's a phone call. When the people don't usually call during this time. Let's go to the phones and let's see what's going on. Good morning. Welcome to the Cheap Seats.
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Moose.
Moose usually ended up this early.
Well, I'm tuned in, but I haven't called in a couple of weeks.
No.
Thanks, all right. How's everything, boys?
Doing all right. Doing good.
Hey. Good to hear.
Yeah. So
Let's talk briefly about what sport.
the Red Sox. They got to take the next two, Moose.
Well, let's just reflect for a moment. You're not playing in Colorado or Washington. These are the world champions. And not to mention the very, very strong Phillies and formidable cocky Cubs. I call them when I watched them last week, and they were so cocky. And, I mean, they were like treating us like, hey, you don't belong in the same field with us.
Hold on 1 second, Moose. Let me try this again. We're having do that. Okay, Moose, you there? Moose, are you there? Moose, are you there? Hold on. Let me try this. And Moose, can you try calling back? Let's try that. All right, let's. I'm not sure what happened there with Moose. So I know he was talking about the Red Sox. Let's try one more time here. I think this might be him calling back. Moose, are you there? Let's try this. Hello, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, and I had some technical difficulties, and I think you're on the air right now. I don't think you were on before, Moose, but yeah, I thought you were as well, but I think you're on now. So if not, then we'll have to work it out and try and get you back later. I guess so.
I hear you guys loud and clear. There's no interference at all.
Yeah.
So, just want to talk quickly and reflect on the first two games with the Phillies.
Okay.
In the series, two bizarre games to say the least.
Yeah, catcher's interference.
Well, the first one, I'm still scratching my head a little bit. It was really, it's something that I don't know. Okay, if you really want to get technical about it, this bat hit the glove, but after the ball was caught, you want to call it interference on the catcher? That is a very, very weak call. Not only that, it cost him the game. That was the game winner. I thought that was a non-call. I was very, very surprised. I said, what's he doing? Why we got a timeout here?
Yeah.
And oh my goodness.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
But the following night is the one that I'm still scratching my head at. Is that with the squeeze play and Hopper stealing home, and the reason why they allowed the run, and their explanation was that Navarez crossed the plate, and I'm trying to figure out what that means, because of the fact is that, okay, so he crossed the plate, he didn't step on it, but he did not impede the runner. So how can that be an automatic out or an automatic interference on the catcher again?
I'm gonna let Pat take the
I don't understand that at all.
I'm going to let Pat take the first catcher's interference in 1 second. My take on the second interference is actually, it was, but they called it wrong. I call it a catcher's balk, because the catcher left his box too soon, and he actually went out in front of the plate. Can you imagine if the player tried to swing the bat? That, a catcher cannot leave his box too soon. They call it like once every other year in the majors. It's
you know what? That makes sense.
I
never heard that explanation before, but your theory certainly makes sense.
So I think they called it wrong on TV, but ultimately called it right. So, and Pat, what's your take on the first catcher's interference the day before on the bar?
I mean, by the letter of the law, it was catcher's interference.
Yeah.
The batter doesn't have to be, even on a check swing.
Yeah, I just think nobody's ever seen it on a check swing before.
I don't think Pat's mic is on. I don't know if Pat's mic's not on, or he sounds very, very faint.
Oh. Wow.
But
So, I mean,
anyway, your explanation makes sense. I just have never seen that in ever.
Yeah.
Ever seen that? The catcher got up too soon. In other words, to catch the ball. And so he left his position. Well, you would have just said the catcher's box to go out and get the ball from the pitcher.
yep.
Yeah.
So it's an automatic interference call on
Correct.
a balk on the
Catcher.
catcher.
Yeah.
So the runner advances.
Both.
Never mind a balk on the pitcher, it's a balk on
So
the catcher.
Yeah, it's a
There was a
balk.
runner on
is a
first,
balk
too.
is a
He
balk.
got second.
Yeah, so all runners advance. The catcher's balk, I don't know if the batter should have gotten first. With catcher's interference, which officially goes down as an error on the catcher, everybody
That's true.
advances a base.
But
So
they said it was
was
only
the-
for the squeeze play, Kev.
Yeah.
That applied to, because if it is a catcher's interference, you're right. Why didn't the batter be awarded first base
Right.
as well?
So a lot, a lot
Was it ball 4?
I don't
know what the
I can't remember what the count was. Yeah,
Is still, it would count as a ball.
as a regular. No, because balks don't count as a pitch thrown, only
Never
if they
seen it.
play it out live.
Never seen it. Never, ever
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
it.
So
He left his position. That's weird.
yeah.
But at third base, I mean, what's his position? You want to tell me what his position is? What is his box? There isn't any.
Oh right. I mean,
So if he's waiting for a throw coming in from a fielder and for a tag out of or a runner that's advancing towards him, he has to stay in a certain area? No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But the catcher does?
Right.
Wow, that is very, very, very weird.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I don't agree with it.
Important game tonight for the Sox, though, Moose. You got Crochet pitching. He's got to play the role of stopper again. Important win. We spoke about it on air. A lot of other people speaking about it on their stations as well. And coming out of the All-Star break with 9 games against 3 first-place teams, it was important for the Sox to go at least 5-4 or 4-5. And they got to win the last 2 to get to that 4-5
Well,
record.
they're currently on a 12-game home streak. 12-game home stand, rather.
Yep.
12 games in a row. They're
Yep.
playing, 4 different teams are in.
Yep, and 12 games
so-
or 11 games over 500 at home. So they got to continue playing good ball at
Got to
home.
do that. And just one more addition to the Red Sox and their lineup. They're really going to miss Devers' bat in the long run. You can't replace his bat. And it's showing they're having trouble hitting.
I mean, and he's on a mini 4-game hitting streak. I don't know how he did last night for the Giants. Yeah, I mean, with Meyer,
Just the presence of him in that position in the lineup changes everything from the batters in front of him and the batters behind him.
right. But,
and
Roman Anthony's starting to hit. Meyer's been doing pretty good. You got Bregman back. And I do think the elimination of the negativity in the clubhouse is okay.
Okay.
Let's see what happens over the course of the next 5 days before the trade deadline.
Yoshida's going to sit. Oh, my God. What is it with him? And he's sticking him in the middle of the lineup to boot.
Well, the one thing I do agree with you on, Moose, I think, I don't know if Pat agrees or not, I think it comes time now after 100 games to come up with what's your lineup. And for every 4 out of 5 games, this is our lineup.
He's jumbling the lineup around. He does this all the time.
Yeah,
He's
I'm not a fan of
notorious for it.
that. Let's go. Roman Anthony deserves to be in. I want Meyer in when he's healthy. I want Navarez in.
Didn't we go over that before once?
Yep.
Stick with a lineup.
I wanna
a
go with
set
the lineup.
for
I
1,
agree
2,
with
3
that.
games. Every game, his lineup is different.
Yep.
That's no good. There's no continuity there.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good with that now. You're over halfway through the season.
All right, guys, listen, I know you're going to get a call from one of the banana players.
Yep, Nate
And,
Kelly. Yep, he'll be on at
and,
9:30.
I'll be listening. Thanks for your time,
All
guys.
right, thanks, Moose.
Bye-bye.
Mighty Moose joining us here on ON Radio in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin. We'll take a first break. We'll wrap up a little bit of what Moose said. We'll hit the rest of our local around Rhode Island and New England when we come back. You're in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin here on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and OneSocketRadio.com. We'll be back right after this.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasca Buick GMC in Woonsocket, Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Invista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasker Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TaskerBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasker Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasker Buick GMC.
When you're ill and need same-day care, remember North Smithfield Urgent Care and Lincoln Urgent Care for affordable and accessible care. You'll always be seen by a board-certified physician who will assess the problem and make you feel safe and reassured. Both centers can help you with a wide range of symptoms and ailments, including flu, fractures, allergies, infections, work injuries, and more. Check their websites for convenient patient and medical forms, which you may fill out before the visit. North Smithfield Urgent Care, 594 Great Road, North Smithfield, 768-3400. And Lincoln Urgent Care, 2 Wake Robin Road, Lincoln, 333-9595.
Automobile construction and design continues to change, so it's important that auto body shops remain current and certified in aluminum repair and able to reproduce the entire color spectrum. Michaud's Auto Body is a certified Class A auto shop staying current with the new technology. The use of aluminum in construction has made vehicles lighter, and many of the new metallic paints require the tri-coat process, 3 layers to get the perfect match. Michaud's Auto Body, a second-generation family business. 430 Privilege Street, Woonsocket, 769-1983.
The world-class distributor of all things electrical is Electrical Wholesalers. They are a full-service electrical distributor with branches throughout Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Locally, they're at 113 Clinton Street next to KFC here in Woonsocket, with other locations in Cranston and Franklin, Massachusetts. Electrical Wholesalers provides the highest quality service to electrical contractors as well as residential, commercial, and industrial customers. Electrical Wholesalers is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Visit ew-ne.com. Electrical Wholesalers.
We're always here for you. ON Radio.
And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. Now we're just going to finish up going around Rhode Island and New England again at 9:30. We are expecting party animal Nate Tellier to be calling in to give us an update on how the season is going. The Worcester Red Sox coming off their All-Star break. They were swept at home by the Yankees affiliate, the Rail Riders. Cool name. Last weekend, got to go to one of those games. Hadn't been to Polo Park in a couple of years. They got swept, and the Woo Sox then hit the road to St. Paul, where they have now won 4 in a row. They'll finish the trip this weekend before finally returning home for their longest stretch of the season. The Woo Sox will be home from July 29th to August 10th. Hit the road, and then they come home for another week, the 19th through the 24th. So if you haven't been to Polo Park, you got the month of August to get out there. Top prospect Christian Campbell starting to show some signs of life. Last Saturday when I was at the game, he was hitting 186. Checked his stats this morning, hitting 220. So brought his average up 30 points over a short period of time with the 372 on base percentage. So really need him to be on the upswing, if not in Boston this year, just for his future, and hopefully get him back on track.
Little confidence.
Absolutely, yes.
And over in the NECBL, with just a few days left in the regular season, Newport Gulls will need to win their last 3 to clinch first place. They'll have a playoff position and have a chance to three-peat as champions. And the Ocean State Waves, with just 2 games left, have fallen out of the playoff picture, but playoffs begin next week for the NECBL.
Yeah, I think the Waves at one point lost 8 in a row and 2-8 in their last 10 anyway, and just kind of fell out of it. Tonight, RISC will have a rematch with Hartford as part of that Jägermeister Cup series, so it's not a regular season game. These 2 teams battled to a draw last Saturday in front of 10,700 fans at Centerville Bank Stadium. RISC looks to get back on track tonight. Their next regular season game will be next Saturday at Pittsburgh. Then they come home the following Wednesday, August 6th, versus Detroit. That game will be on Ness, and I'm going to jump into the Revolution really quick on you, because then I want to hit you up with a question. Revolution lost 3-1 last night to the last place team from Montreal at Gillette. Revs sit in 11th place with 25 points. Montreal came into the game with a 3-win, 15 loss, and 6 draws record, and a negative 25 goal differential, and they lost 3-1. Just unacceptable for the Revolution. And then, so Pat, I'm going to hit you up with two questions. What the heck's wrong with the Revs? And then there's a proposed switch of the schedule for MLS going. Right now they play a spring through fall schedule, and they're hoping in 2027 to go to a fall to spring type schedule. So your thoughts on those two things within the soccer family?
Yeah, well, obviously they're a little bit more higher, at least for the Revs to finish in a higher position this year. And they've underperformed all season. I don't know what the issue is. Is it not the right fit in terms of players? Is it a coaching issue? You can't keep changing coaches year after year.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know, but the last couple losses have been, just disappointing at best for them. In terms of the schedule,
the Montreal, and I don't know, again, I've expressed my non-knowledge of MLS overall, but when I look at a record in Montreal and I compare them to the Colorado Rockies of baseball, they're that bad, and you're supposed to beat those teams. 3 wins on the year. And
you're supposed to win at home.
And you're at home, and you lose 3-1. That's 10-2.
After you score the first goal of the game 3 minutes in, and then, you expect,
here we go.
All right, let's keep playing, and they just don't have that killer instinct. Even their last game, I think they were up 2-0 at the half. They lose 5-3.
5-3.
It's like, that's unacceptable. And I don't know what the issue is. They certainly have talent. Campana, who they got from Inter Miami, he hasn't performed up to I think what they expected. But he's no longer playing with Messi.
Right.
So.
Right.
But with regards to the schedule, it's going to be tough. I understand what they're trying to go for to get on the more European style, so maybe they can attract more players from Europe over. But I don't know if it works over here, just from a weather standpoint.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and that's one of the reasons why they talked about it, because it's so hot in Miami. But all I'm picturing is 3 Canadian teams, New England, Chicago, and it's snowing in January and February. So it's all right. So let's take a break. When we come back, we're expected to be joined by Nate Tellier of the Party Animals of Banana Ball. You're in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin here on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and OneSocketRadio.com.
State Line Service and Tire Center services all vehicles, including late model cars and light trucks. Your late model vehicle is a highly sophisticated piece of equipment featuring a network of sensors and switches that monitor engine performance and efficiency. When a problem arises, it's important for your technician to know if your check engine light warning is a real problem or just a sensor computer issue. So be safe and be sure. Don, Kevin, and Sean believe in communicating and explaining. State Line Service and Tire Center, 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket, at the State Line.
A new garage door can have a major effect on the appearance of your property. When you're ready, call Andy Bebo at Woonsocket Door Sales, in business since 1935. Woonsocket Door Sales installs and repairs all makes of doors and openers, as well as broken springs and cables. Service includes installation and free disposal of the old door. Woonsocket Door Sales, 767-3448. Office located at 1 Biltmore Avenue, Cumberland. Reputation is important.
Are you looking to beautify your property this autumn? Look to A.J. Moran for stonework patios, steps, walkways, plus retaining walls. Are you looking to beautify your home this autumn? A.J. Moran can put veneer stone right on your house to have beautiful looking stone. And if that's not what you want, A.J. Moran can rebuild indoor fireplaces with veneer stone. It's real natural stone. Check out what they can do online, ajmoraninc.com. A.J. Moran.
We're local and live at 99.5 FM, ON, AM, and FM.
And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan, along with Pat Hahn.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasca Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasca Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TascaBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasca Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasca Buick GMC.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at Service Master by Gilmore.
Okay, the commercial.
From water and fire restoration to mold remediation and emergency
welcome
cleanup. We've been restoring peace of mind for over 40 years. Now proudly serving all areas, including our newest service location in Radford.
Sorry about this, Nate.
No job is too big or too small. Day or night, we're here for you.
Today,
call Service Master by Gilmore at 1-800-783-0552
so basically,
or visit us
how's
at
it going
at www.svmgilmore.com.
Going amazing. I'm having a blast.
Restoration done right
all around.
every time.
If you're celebrating a major event, regardless of the reason, Michael's Meats of Cumberland can elevate.
So you're still having fun with it, huh? That's great. Where have you played? What's the biggest crowd you played in front of so far?
81,000 people at Clemson. It was an unreal experience. So some crowds are not as responsive, depending on like how their vibes are, but Clemson was so responsive, all 81,000 people. When Dabo Sweeney ran down the hill, the ground shook. That's how much the crowd cheered. It was unreal.
You could feel the stadium. You could feel the stadium shake. It was that loud.
You could feel the stadium shake. It was amazing.
That's absolutely incredible. 81, and did not to put you on the spot, did you actually get into that game as well, or were you just like kind of like performing that day and you had the day off from pitching?
Just performed that day.
Okay.
I only got into 2 of the 4 football stadiums.
Which 2 did you get in? Do you remember?
I got in North Carolina, and I got in Nashville, Tennessee.
Was Belichick in attendance in North Carolina?
No, he was not.
No. So one of the questions I've had, is for you, Nate, too, is I see a lot of different highlights come up, and they're all over the place, all over social media and everything. Do you interact with the other players that you're playing against, either with the Savannah Bananas, or was it the Firefighters, or some of the other teams that you're playing with?
Yeah, we all share a locker room. So when we travel places, we go into the visiting team's locker room and we share that locker room. So we have a lot of downtime, and we get to know the players, and we're all really close. Because most of Banana Ball players have played on a team together one time or another. So we're all really close. We're all really competitive when the game starts, but off the field, we're really close to do TikToks together and all that.
I do think that's one of the surprising things, is I think people don't realize that you guys really are competitive on the field, that you got the showmanship going, but you want to do well. You want to hit the ball. You want to pitch the ball well. You still want to field the ball.
Yeah. So the other day I had what we call a 6-2-2. And it's when the second pitch of the second hitter, you do a dance and then you throw a pitch. And I nailed the dance, but then I threw a wild pitch because I got set up. So as much as I love to entertain, I was so mad that I threw the wild pitch. And you're allowed to steal first base, right? So he stole first base, and there goes that at bat. So mad.
So you pulled off the routine, but then the guy took. Hey, how do they score that when they steal first? Is it a wild pitch in that situation, or a pass ball, or?
Yeah, I believe it's a wild pitch. It's not an earned run.
Okay. All right, so that's cool, and that's actually one of the rules I would like to see brought into MLB. Because you can steal second, you can steal second, third, and home on a pass ball, a wild pitch. Why not first? It's like I don't agree with all the rules. A fan catching a foul ball, I don't think the batter should be out. But I like the idea of being able to steal first base. I think that's pretty wild. Do you think that would catch on in MLB, or do you think the older people, older than me even, would have a hard time with that?
I think I think the older people would have a hard time with that for sure.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really fun to introduce that for sure. I don't know how that play out, to be honest, because it's entertaining to watch. It's very exciting, especially if the guy's like 0-2 or something and they spike a curveball.
Right.
Boom, you get first base. And it makes it so much harder on the pitcher because then you got to be afraid to spike a curveball, 0-2 or something like that. So it's something to think about. I don't like it because, I had
Gee, I wonder why.
1-2-0-2 before. 1-2-0-2 before, and I've done the same thing. Like, I spiked an off-speed, and it just got by, and he got first base, even though I was winning the count. So,
Pat, you had a question?
Yeah, the other thing, obviously there's videos all over the place, and at this point, I don't know what's from this year and what's not from this year, but I did see a clip of, I think they call it the swing off or the banana off, or when you're tied at the end. And it goes,
the showdown.
The
showdown. And was that this year, maybe the first time you guys played the bananas, that they went into a showdown? Or was that last year?
So we've been into a showdown many times. I think we have had about 15 showdowns. So it's when it's tied at the end of regulation, and then we go into a showdown. So the first round is one fielder, one pitcher, one hitter, and you have to make it around all the bases before you tag them. So do that, you get a point. And the second round is just one pitcher, one hitter. So there's no fielder. and then third round, bases are loaded, one pitcher, one fielder, one hitter, and then so on. So it's really entertaining. The crowd loves it. It gets into it. It makes extra innings not so monotonous. Say, like, you go into the 14th inning. So, it's a lot of fun. And the team gets into it, and we're really competitive during it. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. And I think that this particular game ended up in, it went a couple rounds, but it ended up with the Party Animals hitting a walk-off grand slam to win it. I don't know if it was this year or last year.
We had a showdown last night, and we won the showdown.
And you won in a showdown last night as well?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty wild.
3 rounds.
Now, how do you feel? Have you had a chance to pitch in a showdown?
No, our closer, Drew Gillespie. He's our showdown guy. And it's a lot on the pitcher because you got to sprint. And say you walk a guy, you have to. It's called chasing. So you got to go get the ball from the catcher. You can't throw it. So you got to go get it. And then you got to sprint around the bases, try to catch up with a guy, and then you're not allowed to throw it until you hit third base. So after that, the pitcher's exhausted. Then you have to go back out and play another round.
But Nate, it almost sounds like a version of when I had you in fall ball of beat the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knew? Hey, look at it. Hey, I was ahead of the curve.
You were so ahead of the curve. You should have came up with an banana ball. You should be wearing that yellow tux, huh?
Easy.
Oh, man. I look good in a yellow tux.
Kevin's head is already big enough.
Oh, man.
How old are you on, Kevin?
What's that?
How old are you on?
Yeah, all right, cool. Awesome. So, all right, so Nate, personal question here. Are you on a year-to-year contract? And if so, when do you decide, or when does Banana Ball decide if you play again?
Year to year, we get paid January to January. That's our contract. Okay. And renewals come at the end of the season in October. So this year there's going to be a draft. There's 6 teams this next year, so there's 2 new teams. No one knows the titles of them yet. We don't know the names of the teams yet, not even the players. But there's going to be a draft this year So come October, there's going to be 11 franchise guys that every team is allowed to keep, and the rest of the people go into a draft. And then there's going to be, banana ball draft, first ever banana ball draft. So they're going to renew that. And the good thing about banana ball is that you are guaranteed a year, unless you do something off the field that gets you released. Right. You are guaranteed a year, so there's no cutting mid-season, so you don't got to worry about being released or anything like that after a bad game. But it's year to year, and it's a lot better this way. I don't got to walk past the manager's office every day and worry about if they're going to call my name.
Yeah, you don't have to say, Nate, do you have a moment? And you have to come up with a reason why
you have a minute?
don't.
Dude. Yeah, I have a minute. I know what this is.
Yeah. So one of the things that, you were in studio, about 4 months ago, I guess it was, and we were talking a little bit about some of the negativity online, the keyboard warriors and all. Since then, the popularity of Banana Ball and the popularity within the party animals, the Savannah Ball, your opponents, in general, is clearly on the upswing. Has the online negativity, has it begun to die down? Is it the same? What are you seeing there? And I know you said you just try to ignore it, as do I when I read some of it in the past. But is the negativity still there?
The negativity will always be there, but it's definitely more love, a lot more love than negative stuff. I think the negativity, when I called you last, there was just one video that all the haters and guys that just don't like Banana Blades all hopped on that one video, so it blew up with a bunch of negativity. But since then, we haven't really had too many negative comments. So they're all going to be there. So we're just told to ignore it. Like, not everyone's going to love everyone.
Right. So
we got a lot of fans that love what we do, so we do it for them. And if you want to hate on what we do, then go for it, man. If it makes you feel better, make that comment.
I mean, and some of the good things I've seen is anybody that has a negative comment, usually people are replying to them like, you just don't get it, then do you? And so there's people quickly jumping to support you guys right away in the comments. So the negativity doesn't seem to be gaining much steam either.
No, most of the people that are negative have never seen a game before.
Right.
So they'll be like, oh, this is stage or something like that. No, come to a game. See the athletic ability of all of our players. See the competitiveness. Yes, there's a lot going on off the field, but on the field, there's a lot of dancing on the sidelines. But on the field, we are playing quick. We are playing competitive, entertaining baseball.
Right. Oh, no, absolutely. And the games are over. I think it's a great marketing point because, people bring in their kids and everything. A game is 2 hours long, correct?
Yep, 2 hours long. You cannot start another inning after the 2 hour time limit.
That's fantastic. Does the showdown play into that, or is that just extra and everyone realizes that it might go 2:10 because you are in showdown?
Yeah, that's just extra. So it'll... the game, so if we start the ninth inning before the 2 hour time limit, we'll finish the ninth inning. And then after that, showdowns do not play into the time. And and the crowd's for it. Like, no one really leaves or anything like that. They're all for it. It's not like it's a 3.5 hour, 4 hour baseball game. It's like 2 hours and then maybe 15 minutes at the end of that.
Right. So, no, that's great. Go ahead, Pat. I'm sorry.
I did see an interview, and I thought it was pretty interesting that I think Fenway might have been the first game ever that seats were assigned. Typically, it's first come, first serve.
Really?
So, yeah, I saw an interview with Jesse Cole, and he had said they used to just have, basically when they started, it was just basically general admission, and you got there and you sat where you wanted to sit, and again, I don't know when the interview was. It could have been last year, but the first time they actually assigned seats was at Fenway Park.
Oh.
And then the other thing I mentioned to Kevin was I had no idea that Jesse Cole was from Massachusetts.
Yeah, he's from Situate.
Yeah, and he was like a phenomenal pitcher in high school.
In the off season, the Millwalk Tavern, he used to go there all the time as a kid. So that's cool.
Yeah. Pat was giving me his biography last week or so, the week before. I guess he was a phenomenal pitcher in college and just ran into some shoulder issues.
Yeah. He released a video a while back of him finding out he'll never play again. So that was heartbreaking. And then he got to do what he's doing now. So that's awesome.
Yeah, no. Obviously, yeah, it's working out pretty well for him. And something else he said too. He thought maybe he'd get into He said, "Yeah, I'd probably be a good coach, and that's fine." But he wanted something more, and boy, did he pulled it off for sure. And it's incredible what him and then what you guys are doing as well. Now, as the party animals, you guys have like would you say you're as well known as the Bananas, and or do the Bananas get top billing still, and you guys are a close second? How is that ranking right now?
The Bananas are definitely more well known. They're just like, because even when they see us, when fans see us, they're like, "Are you the Savannah Bananas?" We just say yes, because a lot of people know the Party Animals, but everyone knows the Savannah Bananas. Everyone knows what Banana Ball is. Eventually, in a couple of years, I think we'll be up there, but right now we're still behind the Bananas. And I mean, they're around a lot longer than we are. They have 10 million followers on TikTok, and we have 3. So
okay.
Everyone knows the Bananas, and that's the biggest. I don't want to say stigma, but that's the biggest thing we're trying to overcome. That we're seen as the generals of Harlem Globetrotters, and that's not true, because generals always lose and they're not competitive. We're here to win, so that's the biggest thing we're trying to overcome this year, and we're making headway.
Yeah, no, I know you guys have beat them a few times this year as well, which is great. Yeah,
many times.
Because you always read, you guys are like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, so people automatically just jump to the Washington Generals and assume that you guys are just going to lay down, and clearly not the case.
No. Actually, we have won the regular season tour against the Bananas. I think we're 5 games ahead of them, and we do not play them again until playoffs. We are going on our own tour, playing the Tailgaters, and they're going to go play the Firefighters. So we have won the tour this year. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
I was gonna ask, do they keep? I don't see anywhere, but maybe I'm not looking where they keep standings or.
Yeah. Bananaball.com/stats.
Perfect.
Oh,
and
cool.
You can see the standings and all that, the records and all the players' stats and all that.
So with the interactive and the media and everything, Nate, have there been any Coldplay moments this year during the season?
No. So we actually recreated that video, and it got 20 million views. It was hilarious. This is our mascot Farty, and then Princess Potassium, who was the princess of Bananaland. So we recreated that. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Hey, Nate, can you hang around? We're going to take one more commercial break, and then we'll come back and we finish up with you.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, great. You're with Nate Tellier from the Savannah Bananas, specifically the Party Animals in the cheap seats on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and WoonSocketRadio.com. We'll be right back.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasker Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasker Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TaskerBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasker Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasker Buick GMC.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at Service Master by Gilmore. From water and fire restoration to mold remediation and emergency cleanup, we've been restoring peace of mind for over 40 years, now proudly serving all areas, including our newest service location in Rhode Island. No job is too big or too small. Day or night, we're here for you. Call Service Master by Gilmore at 1-800-783-0552 or visit us at the web at www.svmgilmore.com. Restoration done right every time.
If you're celebrating a major event, regardless of the reason, Michael's Meats of Cumberland can elevate your next meal from ordinary to extraordinary with meats so good your guests will ask you where you got them. Tell them, Michael's Meats. Michael's Meats is in the Walgreens parking lot on Mendon Road in Cumberland, just north of the Ciabro Plaza. They're open Monday through Saturday at 9 a.m., making your next meal truly special. Here's this week's specials at Michael's Meats.
And this week's specials at Michael's Meats, he has fresh grade A chicken tenderloins for just $3.77 a pound at Michael's Meats. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan, as always joined by my co-host Pat Holland. We have on the air from the Party Animals, Nate Atelier, pitcher for the Party Animals. And Nate, are you still with us?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, is there a way to access your stats? Do they, or how are they then? If they're, and how do you access your stats and the player stats? And what's a good website? And how are your stats this year?
I believe bananaball.com/stats, and you can see all the player stats. And my stats this year are getting better. My first couple outings in Banana Ball did not go well because I was still adjusting to Banana Ball, but since then I've been doing well. There's a general rule in Banana Ball that if you want to calculate it to like a regular baseball ERA, you subtract 1.
Subtract
so
1, okay.
Right now I'm thinking I'm low 5, so like a 5.3 or something like that ERA. So in regular baseball it'd be about a 4.3.
Okay.
That's what the general rule of thumb is. The tour average, I believe, is a 6.3. That is the ERA average. So,
excellent.
Go on bananaball.com stats, and generally the averages are going to be a little higher for like the hitting batting averages.
Sure.
I think the tour average is like a 3.10 or something like that.
Wow.
I see they also track minutes per inning, which obviously is a big stat for Banana Ball, right? Given the 2-hour time limit.
So, that's a big one. They want you in the 4s, and
you're at 418,
like 420 or something like that. So if you're in the 4s, you're where you want to be. If you're in the 5s, you're not. Like they don't really want that. They want you to cut that down just because we have 2-hour time limit.
Right.
So in order to do that, you gotta move quick. You gotta try. So I think my biggest thing in professional baseball was how many outs could you get in 3 pitches or less. That was a big stat the Red Sox kept, and that kind of applies to Banana Ball. Like how can you get action with 3 pitches or less?
Huh.
So,
no, that's interesting. So, is the league leader in that, like, say, a 3 minutes then, or even less?
Well, actually, Ben Dumb from the Firefighters his average is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
very, very quick innings from him.
That's incredible. How fast that is. So it's I got this question that came into me during the week when I was talking about you being on, and he wanted to know, when the Bananas were in Boston, the Bananas brought out Brock Holt, Keith Falk, Matt Barnes, Papelbon, Johnny Gomes, Bill Lee, I think was there as well. When you guys were in St. Louis, were you guys able to bring out any ex-Cardinal players?
Yeah, it was sick. We had Adam Wainwright, we had Lance Lynn, and we had Jason Isringhauser.
Oh,
so
cool.
It was really cool to see all of them. Waino still had his banger of a breaking ball, so he threw that basically 80% of the time. He only threw like a fastball or 2. And Lance Lynn and Jason Isringhauser, they all got out there. I think Wainwright gave up 1 hit and then got out, and then Lance Lynn and Isringhauser, they both got out when they went in.
Wow.
These celeb appearances going for 1 out.
And if I'm not mistaken, Busch Stadium was sold out for you guys, right?
Yes.
And
Both nights.
Both times. And I don't think Busch Stadium is sold out for the Cardinals this year.
No, that's what that's what all the workers are saying. It's like, I've never seen the stadium this full, and it was such a good crowd. Everyone was into it, and it was amazing.
Well, yeah, I mean, for such a traditional baseball market as St. Louis, you wouldn't know, but I mean, obviously Fenway's embraced you guys. St. Louis has now embraced you guys, and that's gonna be the coolest feeling in the world to know that you guys could sell out Busch Stadium. What's that? 45,000 people, and the Cardinals can't. Yeah, that's gotta be the coolest feeling.
It is. It's a big credit to what Jesse Cole has built. He's a very hardworking and visionary, and he goes through extra lengths to make the fans feel special and that they want to come to games and enjoy it and all that.
No, it's fantastic for sure. So I do have a serious Red Sox question, and if you go back to when you were in the Sox organization, you know, you see Roman Anthony come up in his first game in Boston. He makes an error in right field, no big deal. But then they're teaching him the next day how to field a ground ball in right field. And then there's a big thing that comes out, like they just don't teach the fundamentals at the minor league level. You were at different levels with the Sox organization. Can you say anything to that? Do they preach, or is it just all the stats and that they're preaching, and launch angle and spin rate, or do they teach the fundamentals, but just not that well?
No, they teach the fundamentals. They definitely teach the fundamentals. Rome definitely just asked to go do some extra stuff. That's just who he is. He made an error and he wants to correct it. So
Okay.
that's why he was doing the fundamentals in there. But no, they are out there every day doing the fundamentals, doing short hops, doing all that. Yes, a big emphasis has been put on all the analytical stuff.
Right.
But no, they especially in rookie ball, low A, high A, they're out there every day doing their drills and fundamentals. So yeah, that was just Rome being Rome, and he definitely wanted to go correct his stuff because he's a perfectionist. I remember when I was in high A, and he's buddy with Jackson Holiday. And he was saying, he's already in Double A and I'm still in High A. And this is when he was 19 years old. And I was 23 years old. And I was like, man, like, you're good. You're in High A at 19 years old. That's still really good.
Right.
Yeah, so when he got brought up so early, he definitely got in his head just he's like, he made one error. So
Yeah.
he wanted to go out and put some extra work in.
Okay, so in your opinion, that's just a bad narrative being spun by not the cheap seats, but by some of the talking heads up in Boston that have to fill 3 to 4 hours a day every day.
Yeah. They see a young rookie make an error, and then they'll go about that.
And they kill the whole organization.
But no, they do the fundamentals.
So, all right. So, Pat, did you have a question? I can't remember. I thought you.
No, I'm good.
So you'll find out at the end of October if you're coming back for sure. So it sounds like you want to come back, and they'll just make it formal at the end of October. Is that how that would work?
Yes, that is the plan. I do plan on playing next year, but we'll see in October.
Right.
And we'll see which team I'm playing for.
Sure.
And I think I asked you this before, so I apologize if I'm repeating my question. Is the Bananas a promotion if they moved you from the Party Animals to the Bananas, or would that be considered a lateral move?
It would be considered a lateral move. All the teams are lateral right now, but I am Party Animals through and through. This is the best group of guys I've played with, the best coaching staff I've played with. It's just such a fun time. I wouldn't trade teams. If I had the choice, I would stay on the Party Animals forever. It's so much fun.
Oh, that's great. It's great to see that the fun back in the game. With you guys, and not just you, but all your teammates. You put in all the hard work. You played college ball. You played professional ball at all different levels. It's not easy. Riding those buses and from town to town. You don't even know what town you're in half the time. And I'm sure the fun is sometimes just taken out of it with the pressure you put on yourself. So it's great to hear. I know you mentioned it when you were in studio with us a few months ago, and obviously it's coming through loud and clear how much fun you're having this year. It almost feels like a weight is off your shoulder, how much fun you're having.
Yeah, it's just we're going out there every day and we're just goofing around. Really, it's just some of my favorite moments aren't even the scripted ones. It's just like the double cellies, the stuff we do on the sidelines. It's just we're having a blast. And it's just the way baseball should be. You should be feeling like a kid out there because it is a kid's game. So,
Right.
It's definitely a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. And I know the schedule hasn't been released, but do you foresee the Party Animals being up in the Boston area next year at all?
I don't know about the Party Animals. I really hope so. My dream is to play at Fenway. It's always been to play at Fenway. I've never been more. The only time I was ever jealous of the Bananas this year is when All-American Reject came out at Fenway. And it was just, that would have been a really cool moment. But I really hope I get to play at Fenway next year.
Oh, that would be great. So, Nate, I'm sorry.
Now you're off to, is it St. Paul, Minnesota is your next stop?
Yep, we're going on our college tour next. We're going to St. Paul, Baton Rouge, Fayetteville, and one other I can't remember right now.
And are all those games sold out, or will they sell out?
Sold out.
They're all
They
sold
will
out.
sell out.
Wow.
They are all sold out.
Starkville,
Just to make sure of it.
Mississippi is that last game.
That's incredible. So all these games are sold out. A credit to your owner, and a credit to you guys for pulling it off as well. So you guys, all are in this together, and you're making it work. So that's great. So I do look forward to seeing you live in person. So you got to get back up in the Northeast next year.
Yeah, I hope so. We got up as high as Lehigh Valley, but that's it.
All right, so we'll contact the owner and we'll get him on and we'll talk to him about the schedule.
Pull some strings.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll pull us the strings that we can. So, all right, Nate, thank you so much for joining us in the Cheap Seats. We really appreciate it, and good luck to the rest of your season.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, good luck. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Nate Tellier of the Party Animals. We had him in studio, like I said, about 4 months ago, right after he signed the contract, maybe 5 months ago, and a little bit unsure of what to expect with everything. And boy, he's having a ball out there.
I mean, how can you not? He's young. He's in great shape. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, it's we were supposed to get our act together to audition for umpiring, and I guess we're still working on it. So, in the few minutes we have left, maybe we can get into it more next week for sure. But sports entertainment, huge loss this week with Hulk Hogan. I know it's put it this way, everybody knows Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And with the movies, the TV, just a crossover. There's not anybody out there. Andre the Giant was probably as close as being that crossover star. It's did you ever see Hogan fight live in person?
I did at the TD, or it was the Boston Garden.
The old garden?
Back then. I mean, I was young.
Yeah.
So I don't remember who he fought, but I mean, he basically changed the face of wrestling. I mean, I remember watching the old Texas wrestling when I was younger.
Oh, World Class Championship Wrestling.
The Von Erichs,
yes.
the Freebirds,
exactly.
but he really changed the face.
Yeah.
So I mean, I remember watching the cartoons. Where he had his own cartoon show.
Right.
Eat your vitamins, say your prayers.
Yeah.
So tremendous loss, obviously for entertainment industry and just childhood memories for sure.
I recall seeing him 3 times, but the 2 times I saw him back-to-back months at the Providence Civic Center, and he fought Jesse the Body Ventura. Both events were sold out, and the Civic. So you got the ring in the middle of the floor, seats all around it, all the way high up into the rafters. And I've never heard a building. Nate spoke about Clemson shaking, 81,000 fans shaking a building. The Civic Center shook when Hulk Hogan came out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know anybody else that just has that power, especially in wrestling. And maybe Ali had it in boxing. I never saw him, but it's just incredible the impact that he had, in the sports entertainment industry.
He was Thunderlips and Rocky.
Thunderlips,
right?
The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
That's right.
And he
So-
threw Rocky about 4 rows deep into the crowd. So big loss for us Gen Xers this week with Hogan, Ozzy, and Theo Huxtable. All
Yeah.
you're like, wow, man, another one. So and for you Hogan's Heroes fans, Sergeant Baker is the guy who replaced Kinch. For you old timers, he was the last Hogan hero to pass away. So tough.
I
week in
remember.
the,
I don't remember
entertainment.
all the names,
Yeah.
but I do remember Colonel Klink.
Oh yeah,
But that's the extent of
about
it. I was young.
So all right, so we want to thank all of our sponsors. Thank Nate Tellier for calling in, and thanks to Moose for calling in as well. But most importantly, we want to thank you for joining us in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin. We're here every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. We're also on Facebook, on ON's Facebook page, and we're on ON's YouTube page, ON Worldwide, so you can watch us there if you'd like. So thank you once again. In the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, WoodSocketRadio.com. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Broadcasting live and local, daily.